Okay, so let's start the discussions on JavaScript. So as we know that JavaScript the purpose of JavaScript is to produce a dynamic web. It means by HTML CSS we can create the UI, but we have to add the logic to process the data at the client side, and that is the role of JavaScript, right? So what we can do in this case, I'll create the folder, okay, by maybe name of a demo JavaScript, okay, and okay, it is available, okay, maybe we'll go with the demo.js, and then we need to open it in a VS Code, right? Now, first of all, JavaScript is a code which we are embedding in a HTML only, right? So but the only purpose is to process the logic, right? So let us if I'm developing a page called as demo.html, right? Okay. Now, while working with the JavaScript, while working with the HTML, you can add why the VS Code is more important, because Visual Source Code provides you various extensions, right? So here in the extensions category, I'm using extension like prettier, which makes your source code beautiful, right? So yeah, you can search for it extensions and install it. Then you have a HTML snippets or local server, okay. Live server means like right now, up till now, what you did, you create the HTML files, and to test it you open it in a like browser, but for opening in the browser, again you go to the project physically, okay. You haven't run it from the VS Code. So so live server is also there, so you can directly put these HTML files into the server, right? So what is the role of extensions? If you just write exclamation and use tab, look here, the entire HTML page is going to produce to you. Are you getting my point? Means if you type a tag also and use tab, so all the script will be generated, right? Okay. So now here we got the HTML ready-made code over the skeleton of the program, okay. Now as I said, body, let's say I'll do some BG color, okay. It has to be every time, instead of memorizing the attributes and all, okay, your ID, intellectual ID, should give you the help and assistance, right, about all. BG color equals to whichever the color you want, okay. And imagine here, if you write now script okay, script tag, and if I write inside that language equals to JavaScript, script language equal to JavaScript. Now let's say here I will adding some of the h1 heading, demonstrating JavaScript is the title I am adding, okay, in the heading, and here I can add the script. So let's say firstly we'll all the time we'll start the programming by printing hello world sort of things are there. So let's say in the script, this is the script, the program which can run, and I am embedding actually in a HTML, right? And this is not the HTML, you know, the purpose of HTML to create the web pages, purpose of CSS to beautify the web pages, the purpose of JavaScript is to run the program certain, right? So I can write my program and run it on here, right? So by using script tag. So script language equal to JavaScript, and if I say okay, here document dot write, okay, I have to print something, welcome to Axiom. At the same time, this is if you want to print something, then there is an object called as document.write. I'll help you out. I'll save this. And up till now, how you run your HTML pages, you have to go physically to the folder and right click and open in the browser. But live server extension is already installed in it, so that I can directly right click on this and open with live server, right? So that server will be on and it will publish my file over there. It will take some time to open the server and all, and then I'll get the result over there, right? Yeah, here is the live server. Look here, demonstrating JavaScript, welcome to Axiom. The demonstrating JavaScript is a result of this h1 tag, but this is the result of my program, okay, document.write. Document.write is not a HTML tag, right? So I can like a programming language, I can comment this, okay. I'm having another way to print the, just like we are learning printf in C sort of, right? So there is a console.log, welcome to Axiom. This is another way to print the output, console.log. Just save it, Control S, and browse it, refresh it. Now console.log means here you have to use F12. There is a console, okay. Here you get the result, right? Console means the result of the program, okay. Just like command prompt sort of. So in the web there is no command prompt, no, there is a console where you can get the result out of it. So now here JavaScript is rendering the result in the console, right? Then you can use F2 again, or you can use right click and inspect. In this manner also you can activate your console, right? Okay, so now we learn the two techniques how we can get the result of the JavaScript program, right? Next is alert. Right? Save it again. Look here, server is on. So this is alert message, welcome to Axiom. Right? What we learn that how I can embed my script, programming script to my static HTML. Right? How I did that? In the body sections, I wrote a script language equal to JavaScript, and then 3 syntaxes I learned. That is a basic version, the basic things we are learning. Document.write, console.log, alert. These are the 3 ways how we can able to print the output or print the comments or the messages by using JavaScript. Right? Here is the demonstration only. So what I will do, you can cut this and put it into the head section as well. Right? And let's say you use document.welcome to Axiom, save it and get the result. You'll get the result in the head section now. Earlier it was below the body, it was in the body. Now obviously in case of writing C programs, what you are writing, hash include stdio, means like you are writing the references of the header file on the top of the main. So JavaScript, it proves that JavaScript code you can embed anywhere else, but the logic has to be kept in the head section actually. Right? So this is what mostly we write the JavaScript code in the head section. Right? And in the body, which consists the body of the page over there. Now the again problem starts over here. If I write because like to beautify the web pages, what you write, you have a inner HTML also. You have a inline CSS also. You have either CSS also, but most of the time preferably we have a external CSS we use. In the similar manner, I don't want this script should be available over here. So what I actually can do, I'll create another file by the name of any JS file. Okay, my JS, or it should have an extension JS. JS stands for JavaScript. Right? And here in the HTML, you cut this code from here and write the code over here. JavaScript is like a programming like a Java, okay, where you can write the program for. So you can comment like, okay, my first JavaScript code, right? And here script language equals to JavaScript. Why don't you specify the source? Source equals to name of the file which you want to embed, right? So scripting language means a language which you can embed in the HTML. Embedding is merging, right? So now let's say now what I did, the code of JavaScript is not available in a local HTML. I'm importing it from the external JS, right? So let's see whether I get the same result over here or not, right? You get the same result. Yes, I'm still able to, that embedded program I still able to execute, right? Now this is what the standard syntax. Instead of wasting number of lines, okay, you can write the script over here. Okay, right? Save it so that you can save the number of lines of HTML also, right? So you can in the head sections you write script language equal to JavaScript, source equal to, give the reference of the JavaScript which you are written, right? Now you are free to write the JavaScript code over here, right? Now let us understand like a programming language where a equals to 10, where b equals to 20, right? And if I write, if you can use document.write, that also things are there, otherwise you can, it's better you write console.log to check the result over here. If I say first number plus a, okay, are you getting the feel like a programming language now, right? Second number plus b, result of addition. Can I say a plus b? You can say that. Save it. Okay. So when I run the program, what I should get? The first number, second number, the result of it. Now here is the comment, and plus means concatenation, the value of variable. It's like printf, comma, and all this stuff. Do you know? So in case of C, you are writing. Now let us check the result. Now here we have to get the result in the console.log. So to get the console, activate console.log, you have to use F2. First number is 10, second number is 20, so result of addition is 30. Means you are trying to embed a programming script in web, and hence you are trying to, now there is no purpose of adding the numbers over there. But if you develop an interface, enter first number, enter second number, and then click on that, so you can perform the arithmetics as well, right? So in this manner you are just embedding your programming script into the HTML. Are you getting my point clear? So let us say now here, so for that reason what I did, let us revise it again and then read the questions. Okay, we want to learn a scripting language by which I can make that static web pages dynamic. For that reason I take a help of a script tag, script language equals to JavaScript, whether J is capital, S is capital, you take, it's a case sensitive language like a Java. JavaScript, again I am saying JavaScript don't have a role of a Java, but Java was that time, whenever this language generates, it's generated by a browser. You might be aware about, or right now, Netscape Navigator. That was the browser over there. Now people are not using it. Okay, much over there. We have the popular browser like Chrome and Mozilla and all. We are not using Mozilla even, but like anyway, okay, it's a open source sort of like Netscape Navigator. People designed that, and in those days, up to 2010, the popular language was Java. So everybody by the name they were using Java. So it's a JavaScript. Java means Java influenced language, and script means a language which you can embed in a HTML. That's why the name of JavaScript, and it become much more popular. And because of its extensibility, now JavaScript have a very much role, because later on we have to learn about the JSON, JavaScript object notations, the Node.js, and everything is scripting based now, right? So your programs will be, you can able to embed in a web pages and all, right? Anyway, so the syntax are that not much big tough actually. Okay, how if you get, once you learn how you can embed the JavaScript, okay, here we can write the code for it, right? So in today's sessions, I'll be not going for much more in great details about the JavaScript. It's a like programming language like a C. You can test some of the programs and all. So what I will do, I'll just like give it to you some of the because if in this way I can go with number of examples. It will easy to learn, but at the same time, so, okay, we need to practice it. So first of all, instead of going for some tough things, how to take the input from the HTML and embed in the JavaScript all. So I'll make it very simple now. I'll give some tutorials to you. Okay, I'll give some video sessions to you so that you can learn about JavaScript and the features and all. And I'll give you after that, I'll give you some assignments to you so that you can solve some small problems. Okay, so that you can able to learn and embed JavaScript well over there, right? So this is for a day.